40,000 years ago, a man woke up, sharpened a stick, and chased a mammoth across a frozen tundra for 8 hours, just to eat. Today, a man woke up, reached across a duvet, and ate a Pringles tube in bed before 9 a.m. Something has changed. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to take the average modern diet, the one loaded with Cheetos, Diet Coke, frozen lasagna, and whatever mechanically recovered meat actually means, and we're going to find out what that does to a body that simply was not built for it. And I mean that literally. The human body hasn't changed much in about 300,000 years. Our gut, our hormones, our brains, they are ancient. They are running on Stone Age software, but we're feeding them like it's an airport terminal at 2 a.m. So, let's get into it. What actually happens, system by system, when you drop the modern Western diet into the body of our ancient ancestor? First, what is ultra-processed food? Quick definition before we go full caveman. Ultra-processed food, or UPF, isn't just food that's been cooked or packaged. We're talking about products that contain ingredients you'd never find in a home kitchen. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, artificial flavors, hydrogenated oils, things with names that sound like they were invented by a Bond villain. Think instant noodles, flavored crisps, chicken nuggets, fizzy drinks, most breakfast cereals. Basically anything that comes in a bag with a cartoon character on it and a health claim on the back that your doctor would raise an eyebrow at. These foods now make up roughly 60% of the average British and American diet. 60%. Our caveman ancestor is spinning in his hypothetical grave. Or more accurately, his shallow riverbank. Before we talk about what UPF does to the body, let's flip it around for a second, because I think it helps to understand just how different things could feel. What if you, right now, in 2026, actually ate the way our ancestors did? Meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruit, nuts, seeds, no packets, no additives, nothing that requires a barcode. Week 1? Honestly, rough. Your brain, which is currently addicted to the dopamine loop of sugary, salty, engineered food, would throw a full tantrum. Headaches, cravings, low energy. You'd walk past a vending machine and feel genuine grief. But here's where it gets interesting. By week 2 to 3, most people who switch to whole food diets report something remarkable. Their energy stabilizes. Not the spiky, crash-heavy energy of a cereal bar, but a flat, sustained energy that just sort of stays. You wake up and you're actually awake. Not need 3 coffees to form sentences. Awake. Just awake. Your hunger signals start working properly again. You eat, you feel full, and then, this is the wild bit, you actually stop thinking about food. Because your body finally has what it needs. Satiety hormones like leptin and peptide YY start functioning the way they're supposed to. You're not chasing the next hit because there is no hit. There's just food. Sleep improves. Blood sugar stops roller coastering. A lot of people report their skin clearing up, their mood stabilizing, their afternoon fog lifting entirely. There's solid research showing gut microbiome diversity can begin to recover in as little as 2 weeks on a high-fiber, whole food diet. Now, do you need to hunt a mammoth to achieve this? Absolutely not. Nobody's asking you to forage for berries and sleep on a rock. But the science is pointing at something important. The baseline human experience, what your body actually feels like when it's running on the right fuel, is significantly better than what most people in the modern world experience as normal. And the reason most of us don't feel that way is exactly what we're about to get into. Because right now, we're running a civilization on the biological equivalent of watered-down petrol. And here's what that's doing, organ by organ. Let's start in the gut, because this is where things go wrong first, and most dramatically. Your digestive system evolved over millions of years to handle whole foods, meat, plants, roots, occasional berries, definitely no birthday cake. Inside your gut lives a microbiome, trillions of bacteria that do everything from help you digest food to regulate your mood and immune system. These little guys are ancient. They've been co-evolving with humans since before we had language. Now, you give them a packet of Watsits. Ultra-processed food is typically extremely low in fiber, the thing gut bacteria actually eat and thrive on. So, you're essentially starving your own microbiome. Studies have shown that just 2 weeks of a high UPF diet can measurably reduce the diversity of gut bacteria. Diversity, by the way, is what you want. A diverse microbiome is a healthy one, and here's where it gets properly unsettling. Many UPFs contain emulsifiers, additives used to keep texture smooth and ingredients from separating. Thing is, research published in Nature has suggested some emulsifiers may literally disrupt the mucus lining of the gut, allowing bacteria to get closer to the gut wall than they should. That triggers low-grade inflammation, which, and we'll come back to this, turns out to be a theme. Our caveman ancestors' gut? Thriving. Diverse. Eating 100-plus different plant species a year. Your gut? Currently processing a McFlurry at 11 p.m. Different vibes. The brain. The hijack. The human brain evolved to seek out 3 things: fat, sugar, and salt. In the wild, these are rare and valuable. Fat means energy survival. Sugar means ripe fruit, quick fuel. Salt was hard to find and essential for electrolyte balance. When you find these things, your brain rewards you with dopamine. That little hit of, yes, good, more of that. This system kept us alive. Ultra-processed food engineers have figured this out, and then weaponized it. The specific combination of fat, sugar, and salt in UPFs is calibrated, sometimes deliberately, to hit what food scientists call the bliss point. It's the exact ratio that maximizes palatability and minimizes the point at which you feel satisfied and stop eating. In other words, you literally cannot stop eating Pringles because Pringles were designed so that you cannot stop eating Pringles. The slogan isn't, "Once you pop, the fun don't stop." It's a confession. And here's the kicker. Research from the NIH has shown that people on ultra-processed diets consume on average 500 more calories per day than people eating whole foods, even when both groups are given free access to eat as much as they want. UPF essentially overrides your fullness signals. Your ancient satiety system is being outmaneuvered by food technologists with PhDs. Right. Let's talk blood sugar, because this one affects every single person watching this, every single day. Most ultra-processed foods are digested incredibly fast. They're low in fiber, low in protein, and high in refined carbohydrates. Your body breaks them down almost immediately, flooding your bloodstream with glucose. Your pancreas, bless it, panics and fires out a huge dose of insulin to deal with it. Blood sugar spikes, insulin surges, then blood sugar crashes. And that crash? That's the mid-afternoon fog, the inexplicable tiredness at 3 p.m., the desperate need for another biscuit just to feel human again. Our caveman ancestor's blood sugar was remarkably stable. He ate whole foods that digested slowly. He probably felt tired after a mammoth hunt, sure, but not because his pancreas was having a meltdown over a bowl of Cocoa Pops. Do this long enough, years of spikes and crashes, and you're on the slow road to insulin resistance, which is a precursor to type 2 diabetes, which now affects over 400 million people globally. We've mentioned inflammation already, but let's give it its own moment because it deserves one. Chronic low-grade inflammation is now linked to an extraordinary list of modern diseases: heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, depression, obesity, autoimmune conditions. The list is long and the reading is not cheerful. Ultra-processed food is, essentially, pro-inflammatory in almost every direction. The refined oils, particularly seed oils high in omega-6 fatty acids, skew the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio in the body massively out of whack. Our ancestors had a ratio of roughly 1:1 to 4:1 omega-6 to omega-3. Modern Western diets? Up to 20:1. That imbalance drives inflammation. Then add the emulsifiers we talked about, the lack of fiber, the excess sugar-feeding bad gut bacteria, the additives. All of it signals danger to the immune system, which quietly turns on and then never fully turns off. The caveman had acute inflammation when he needed it, when he cut his foot or got an infection. His body inflamed the area, healed it, and moved on. Clean, efficient, done. We've turned that same system into a permanently smoldering background fire, and we're mostly not even aware of it. Last one. And it matters more than people think. Ultra-processed food disrupts sleep in several ways. High sugar intake close to bedtime raises blood glucose and interferes with sleep architecture, meaning less deep restorative sleep. Caffeine in energy drinks and some sodas is obvious, but even the gut disruption plays a role. An irritated gut sends signals along the vagus nerve that can keep the brain from properly switching off. And bad sleep makes you crave UPF more the next day. Studies show sleep deprivation specifically increases cravings for high-fat, high-sugar foods. It's a loop. A beautiful, terrible loop designed by no one and perpetuated by everyone. Cavemen slept in alignment with daylight. No blue light, no 11 p.m. TikTok spirals, and definitely no eating Haribo at midnight. They woke up genuinely restored. We wake up tired, reach for a sugary cereal, and the whole cycle starts again. Look, I'm not saying go live in a cave. The mammoth hunting gig is gone, and frankly the commute sounds awful. But here's the thing. The evidence is really stacking up. Ultra-processed food is not just a bit unhealthy. For a body that evolved over hundreds of thousands of years expecting real, whole food, it is genuinely disruptive. To your gut, your brain, your heart, your hormones, your sleep, your mood. The good news? The body is remarkably adaptive. Studies show gut microbiome diversity can begin to recover within weeks of improving diet. Blood sugar stabilizes. Inflammation markers drop. The brain starts recalibrating. You don't have to go full Paleolithic. Just maybe put the Pringles lid back on occasionally. Actually, that might be the hardest thing we've discussed today. If you found this interesting, hit subscribe. We do deep dives like this every week. And drop in the comments. What's the most ultra-processed thing you've eaten this week? No judgment. Genuinely curious. See you next time.